Alright, Algebra 1, here we go. Moving on, 8.5, factoring. Okay, we're kind of changing gears here. We've been multiplying. Now we want to go the other way. We want to factor. Remember, factors are those two things that you multiply together to get that product. Okay, and that's what we've been doing. Now we want to take that product and find the two factors that we multiply together to equal that product. And today we're going to start with factoring x squared plus bx plus c. And our essential question is, how do you factor those trinomials? Okay, here's an example, x squared plus 3x plus 2, and it equals x plus 1 times x plus 2. If you were to FOIL this, there's your x squared, first terms. Outer and inner, 2x plus 1x, there's your 3x. And the last terms, 1 times 2 is 2. Okay, so how do we get to that? Well, here's our how-to. It's kind of step by step, and if you'll follow through this, it'll make it a lot easier for you. You start off with, notice our a is 1 here. So we're just going to split up our x squared, x and x. Put your two sets of parentheses and put your x's in there. Just split them up. Then we're going to put our signs in there. Well, what signs go in here? Okay. Well, it's very simple. In this little chart right here, you want to keep it handy. If you have plus plus in your trinomial, then you're going to get plus plus in your parentheses. If you have a minus plus, you're going to get a minus minus. So you'll notice when the c term is plus, the signs are the same in there, and it's whatever is in front of the b. If you get a plus minus or a minus minus, that c is minus, you're going to get a plus minus in here, or a minus plus. It doesn't matter how you write it, but you're going to get one of each every time. That's a set in stone rule. Okay? So, what goes in the other half here? Well, what you're going to do is you're going to take factors of the c term. That c term right there. Okay? Factors of it. What times what equals c? But then you're going to look to see if you're going to add up to or subtract. Depending on the sign in front of the c, if there's a plus in front of the c, you want to be able to take those two factors and add them up to equal the b term. If you have a minus in front of the c, you want to be able to take those factors of c, what times what is c, but when you subtract them, you get the b term. Those are the numbers that are going to go in those blanks, okay? Then put those factors into the parentheses and you're done. Well, let's see what that looks like. Okay, sometimes easier said than done, so let's do it. So I start off here, x squared plus 8x plus c. There's my c right there, plus 15, that's my c, 8's my b. And I've got a plus, okay? So I start off, first thing, x plus plus, so I'm going to get a plus plus. So far I'm going right down there, right down the thing here, the steps. Now, what times what is 15 but adds up to 8? Well, let's take a look here. I know that 1 times 15 is 15, but that doesn't add up to 8. 2 doesn't go into it. 3 times 5 is 15, and what's 3 plus 5? 8. So that must be what I get here, 3 and 5. And because I have a plus plus, it doesn't matter where I put them, I get that. You want to FOIL it. X times x is x squared. 5x plus 3x is 8x. And 3 times 5 is 15. So when I FOIL it, I get what I started with. So I can always check it. Okay, let's take a look at another one. X squared. So I'm going to get xx. My sign's minus plus. I think back to that chart. When I get a minus plus, I get a minus minus in here every time. What times what is 24, but adds up to 11 because I got a plus there? Well, 1 times 24 is 24, but that doesn't add up to 11. 2 times 12 is 24, but that doesn't add up to 11. 3 times 8 is 24. What's 3 plus 8? 11. So we're good. I got a minus minus, so it doesn't matter where anything goes. X minus 3 times x minus 8. FOIL it. There's my x squared. Minus 8x minus 3x is minus 11x. Negative times a negative, that's a positive 24, so it checks. Let's try this one. Split up my x squareds. I've got a plus with a minus, so I'm going to plus minus in here. Okay. Now, what times what is 15, but when I subtract those two factors, I get 2. Well, let's take a look. 1 times 15 is 15. 1 minus 15, or 15 minus 1, I don't get 2. 3 times 5. That's 15, and what's 5 minus 3. That's 2, right? So I'm going to put the 5 with the plus, and since the minus 3 gives me the 2, 3 goes with the minus. Okay? Here it matters. When the signs are different in here, it matters where you put it. Notice it's 5 minus 3 that gives me 2. So I've got to make sure the 5 is positive and the 3 goes with the minus. If that was a minus 2, it would be the other way. 3 minus 5 gives you negative 2. So I'd flip them. You want to check it? X squared minus 3x plus 5x is plus 2x. Positive times a negative is a negative 15. Okay? We're going to look at factoring more of these x squared plus bx plus c form trinomials where our a value is 1. We'll take a look at that in class tomorrow, do a bunch of problems with that, look at some application of it, and then we're going to look at solving and factoring these same things but where a isn't 1. That'll be the next thing. Okay, but we'll get after this tomorrow in class. All right, we'll see you then. Bye.